Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Bump and Run with Matt Bowen. I'm Sid Rosenberg for OpenSports.com and the National Football Post. Let's welcome in Matt Bowen, the former NFL safety and now a featured writer for the National Football Post, to discuss all things NFL as we approach a week number 11 of the National Football League season. As always, Matt, great to talk to you, buddy. How are you?
I'm doing good. Big game this weekend in Chicago with Philly coming into town.
That is a huge game in Chicago. And by the way, Matt, you got to be a little surprised. Cutler's last performance against San Francisco was really, really bad. I know leaving Denver, there were some issues here and there, but 17 picks already this year. How about the play of Bears quarterback Jay Cutler as he gets ready for the Eagles this weekend?
Well, it's not good, Sid. We all know that. He's forcing some passes, and we can look at some of the interceptions and put some of the blame on the play calling and the receivers, but you can't question his red zone interceptions. And, since week 13 of last year, he's thrown 8 picks in the red zone. That's just way too many. It's way too many for the type of money he makes. And for the type of team Chicago wants to be, it's unacceptable.
I agree. Now, Dick Jauron was finally let go in Buffalo this week, Matt. You played for him back in 2006. I'm not asking you to knock your old coach here, but I've seen some questionable decisions from him, and his record speaks for itself. He had one really good year with the Bears. Outside of that, a couple of bad years in Chicago, a couple of bad years in Buffalo. Maybe the nicest guy in the world, but I'm okay with this move. I think his time had come. What about you?
Yeah, and I agree with you. He is one of the nicest guys. Great coach to play for. The players love him. He's a great guy to have in the locker room, but as we all know, it's the business of winning. Bottom line is he didn't get it done in Buffalo. They haven't really improved, and I was talking with someone the other day. It always seems that Buffalo's one play away. Go back to that Monday night game against New England, the Monday night game against Dallas in the past. I mean, they're always one play away, and I think that's the difference. You got to have a coach that can get the team to get that one play, to make some strides, to get better as the season goes on. And since the hot start last year, they've been a bad football team.
They've been a bad football team, no doubt. And they make the move this week back to Fitzpatrick from Trent Edwards at quarterback. Matty, the hot topic of the week was Bill Belichick's decision to go for it on 4th down at his own 30 on Sunday night. My feeling is it was the right move. I don't even know how you argue it, whether Peyton Manning had to go 29 yards or 99 yards. Once he got back to football, my feeling is Manning was going to win the game. The possession before that, he went 80 yards in about a minute and a half. Obviously, Bill Belichick felt the same way. Now, I know you're a former defensive player, like Brewski said this week, so you were probably offended by Bill Belichick's move. I think it was the right move 100%. What do you think?
Well, I think it's, at the beginning of the week, I thought it was the wrong move because the only reason I say this is because defensive players get paid too. You got to let them earn their paycheck. And a lot of those guys get paid a lot of money. Let them go out there and play. But in the same regard, I understand the Peyton Manning thing, but what about Tom Brady? You don't want to take the ball out of his hands either. In 9 out of 10 situations with Brady at quarterback, Moss and Welker on the outside, he's going to complete that pass. I wasn't a big fan of the play call, to be honest. I thought they could have chosen a better play, maybe run some slants, some inside breaking routes, get the ball to Moss and Welker. But regardless, you have Tom Brady. It's hard to take the ball out of his hands too. So, now at the end of the week, I agree with the call.
Yeah, I agree with you about the play call, too, instead of Kevin Falk, Walker, or Moss. But you know what pisses me off here, Matt, is that we have a habit of playing Monday morning quarterback. We always play the results, So now that it didn't work out, Bill Belichick made the wrong move. If that move works, this is why he's won 3 Super Bowls. He's a ballsy coach, and I can't stand that. I don't play the results. It was the right move. It just didn't work out the right way.
Yeah, and it's also because it's Bill Belichick. If it was Raheem Morris or Jim Zorn, it wouldn't be that big of a deal. They just say, well, their coach is trying to get a win. Their coach is, trying to take a shot and get some edge, give their team an edge, stuff like that. But since it's Bill Belichick, who is considered and probably is the best coach in the league, that's why he's taking some heat for it.
Agreed. Hey, big matchup coming up Thursday night. Dolphins taking on Carolina. The winner goes to 5-5. The loser, I think, is out of it at 4-6. Dolphins find out yesterday, Matt, that Ronnie Brown, their best player, is out for the year. Ask you about the Wildcat. It's been effective for Miami. Can that Wildcat work without Ronnie Brown?
It's going to be different. Ronnie Brown's good at it because he's so patient, and they run basic plays out of it. Yeah, there's a fake handoff, and he can throw the ball, but it's basic off-tackle power running. I don't know. Ricky's a patient runner too, and they're both very similar in how they get downhill. But what about Pat White? Maybe we see him more. That was talk all off season, how great this kid from West Virginia was going to be. We really haven't seen him that much. Maybe tonight they put in a couple of packages for him because Miami's not a conventional team, and I don't think they can beat Carolina being conventional, lining up in a pro set offense and beat him. They have to do some things unconventional. I think it's going to continue, and I think you'll see Pat White.
I agree. Big matchups coming up this weekend that will shape the NFC wildcard picture. You and I already spoke about the Eagles and the Bears, a big game between the Packers and the Niners, huge game at the Meadowlands map between the Giants and the Falcons. Which three teams do you see emerging of those matchups this Sunday?
Well, I think you got to take the Giants coming off the bye week with Coach Coughlin. I think they're going to be very prepared. I think they're going to see the penalties cut down, the turnovers cut down. And, Atlanta's playing without Michael Turner. That's a totally different football team. That's a lot of pressure on Matt Ryan all of a sudden in the middle of the season. I got to take the Packers against the Niners. I wasn't impressed with the Niners, even though they picked off Cutler 5 times. I just don't think they can score enough points. And I don't see Aaron Rodgers turning the ball over like that. I think the way Green Bay played on defense last week is the way we're going to see them play throughout the rest of the season, be a defensive team and win close games. And in Chicago, it's tough to pick. I kind of give the edge to Chicago because they're playing at home, and Philly struggles in the regular season here in Chicago. But you look at Philly, they can produce so many points. They have so many big play weapons. What we saw last week, they can't convert 3rd and 1, Sid. They can't convert the simple plays. And because of that, it's hard to pick. I'm going to take Chicago at home.
All right, the Bears, the Packers, and the Giants. As always, Matt, terrific job. We'll see you again next week. Enjoy the football this weekend. Great work. Thank you, Matty.
All right, Sid. Thanks for having me on.
You got it, pal. Thank you. You can also follow Matt Bowen on Twitter at MattBowen41 and catch all of his great writing, and it is great each and every day at nfpost.com. For my friend Matt Bowen, I'm Sid Rosenberg. And as always, folks, enjoy the football. We'll see you next time.